So, the three key observations about the group members' process and the way that they address the issues around grief and loss in the group setting was they all eventually looked for help, which is so difficult for anyone to do, but especially men in particular. And so I think as a group leader, it's really important to acknowledge that fact to the group members and the how brave it is to ask for help, acknowledge that you need help. And so, you know, addressing that right away, I think really helped the men process it. And then the structure that the creators of the group provided for them really allowed for a space for them to share and a safe space for them to share. Another observation that I noticed was the conversations around grief, mourning, and bereavement, and the information that was given about how these ideas and these behaviors can manifest itself, and that can look very different than what we're traditionally taught in the 5 stages of grief. And so listening to how each of the group members, navigated those feelings. The one father that, had that overwhelming emotion that woke him up at night, that caused him to drive to the grave site and just unleash his emotions and sob uncontrollably. But yet, that's what he needed, and that's what helped him kind of move through the process. Also, what I thought was a great chapter, and really educated me as a person that does not have a lot of young people in my life, how they address these issues of loss of their mother to their children, and all the children were different ages. So all of the kids processed it differently. And some of them acted out, some of them held it inside for years. Some, kind of fell into the role of like a junior mother, to help support the family. And eventually all of the fathers had to have that hard conversation with their children, and sharing what that looked like in each of the different families really helped each of the members come up with their own style and prepare themselves for what it would look like, what it may look like, and what questions may be asked, And one of the fathers shared that the conversation that was had between his son lasted like 3 hours. So having that support, having that process and that sharing allowed in the group really helped all the fathers mentally prepare themselves for that hard conversation.